Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to Melanin and Albinoid Live. I am Lady Abimbola. I'm excited today for this blog. We're in the third month of 2020, and you will agree with me that the unexpected happened to the whole of human race in the form of this pandemic. But what is so awesome about the whole thing? You ask me, what is also awesome about a plague pandemic? What is awesome about it? Well, what I'm using the word awesome because of what I'm about to say. If you like, most of my subscribers that you subscribe and you watch my blog regularly, then you will know I am a spokesperson against gang stalking program, against a racist system, and against the abuse of the fundamental human right. Well, I will title this blog Corona Justice. Well, most of you must have been familiar with coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus. Well, why I call this Corona Justice is because as things begin to unfold, I realize really God is in this. And the scriptures that has been coming to my head regularly has been the sojourner in Egypt with the children of Israel, has been everything that has to do with God vindicating his people. Every scripture that has been coming to my head, to my mind, has been God vindicating his people. So what has God vindicating his people? What has it have got to do with coronavirus? I would explain to you. As I said, this is Corona Justice. In the world today, the same system called a racist system that has been established for a very long time against the melanin people, going through depth of perpetrated evil against the melanin race, going through the sabotage of our life, the depth of injustice, depth of oppression, denial of civil rights, police brutality, economic injustice, work denial, work sabotage, the eternity of the racist system has created so much pain, oppression, and even at times sickness for the melanin people. Most melanin people are working under serious oppression. Some have been able to really stand out, but not without a price. And some of us that, escape the boundaries of limitations, well, want to find ourselves back in the limitation of oppression. How? Because the mastermind of this evil oppression against the melanin race, they're stalking us 24 hours, sabotaging all our moves. Every move we make, our telephones are being monitored, listened to, we're being daily violated, privacy is daily violated. We have situation of camera being placed in our places of habitations. We have our computer, internet connection being violated. I mean, even criminals are not treated that way. This is the oppression we have to go through every day of the year. From days to weeks to months to years to decades to centuries. And you will feel, are these people so evil that they cannot remove that, okay, we've done enough to these people? Do they have limit of their narcissistic behavior? Do they actually have a limit to their narcissistic behavior? But the more it goes, you see that they get stronger in their evil. Coronavirus is a virus, and I've spoken about bacteria and virus on Lady Abimbola Online. I have another site, I have another channel, and also site and everything called Lady Abimbola Online. I talk about health and lifestyle, and right now I'm also talking on how to help you against the symptoms of this virus, with local herbs and things like that. But anyway, this coronavirus is a virus, and it's not something that should even kill. It's not something that should even kill. Before I go forward, let me just send you this thing that was forwarded to me by the same doctor that was arrested, the same doctor that was a whistleblower in Wuhan and was arrested by the government there to shut him up and finally died of the virus. It was actually preparing some things that it felt could be a remedy for the same virus. Let me just quickly show you this, then I continue. Okay, welcome back. So basically, this whistleblower doctor in Wuhan spoke about the virus and how it can be stopped, and how it can be controlled. It's unfortunately he died of it himself. We don't know, maybe he was injected so that they can silence him forever. We don't really know how he got the virus, but anyway, he died of the same virus. Then you see that only the albinoid population has been so infected. I know some blacks now, they're saying blacks are having it. And you see, it's just blacks here in Europe or in America, outside of the tropical continent. But now they're saying, some blacks in the tropical continent are actually giving the signs and everything of it. Okay, my bone of contention in this whole thing, about the corona justice, is that God's anger is on the human race. We have, I did a blog some time ago about on melanin and having a life. It's about, it has to do with the institution that builds every human. We have the family institution, we have the governmental institution, we have the educational institution, we have the church institution. We have all these institutions to build the mind of the human. The family is under attack. The governmental institution, ciao. The educational institution, they've removed God out of education and placed something else that is contrary to the will and the desire of God. On the educational institution, they have actually replaced God with mammon. Even in the Christendom, you can agree with me, so many things is going on. But I'm not talking about the institution, I'm talking about the corona justice. The black race has been segregated. You see, they talk about quarantine. Quarantine may be new to somebody that wakes up 24 hours, has been working for the past 30, 40, 50 years of their life consistently without even a break. Quarantine might be strange and difficult to manage. How about those that has been quarantined for years, for decades, for centuries? Though we don't call it quarantine, we call it segregation. How about those that their civil rights have been denied, oppression under authorities, economical injustice, work denial, work sabotage? I know this myself. Where they sabotage everything you do. You work, they sabotage your work. You create your own work, they sabotage you creating your own work. You even, everything everything, because they constantly violate our privacy. They go to through internet to violate our internet connection. They don't. Let me tell you something. The internet connection is not violated only by somebody taking your phone and sabotaging your phone, or they have a device close to you, they can crack your phone, or maybe they send you an SMS. Sophistication of evil has gone beyond that. What they do actually right now is somebody in the position of authority, they go to your internet service provider, accusing you of anything. Well, where I live, you don't even need a court injunction or anything to violate somebody's privacy. I'm telling you that because I have lived it live and direct, and I'm still living it. They can go and get your statement of account from the bank without a court injunction. We live as if we are criminals. We are being treated as being we're criminals. We are being placed in a class with a bad name. Stigmatization has now become their own legal right. If we are not a bunch of idiots, we are a bunch of hoes. If we are not a bunch of hoes, we are drug peddlers. If we are not drug peddlers, we are this or we are that. I mean, even you see melanin graduates being insulted, dragged in the mud, and treated like a piece of crap. I do not want to say the other thing. That's why I said crap. In Israel, the children of Israel were enslaved for so many years with the continuous torture by the Egyptians. But God Almighty, in his infinite mercy, watched as year goes by and they refuse to abuse a total race and let them go. Then God stepped in. He sent Moses, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. He never did. After all the plagues, God sent him. Then he got to a stage. God told Moses, you know what? Even though I know in his heart, it's fearful of your God now. That's not what he said. I'm just, I'm very creative in my mind. But basically, let me just assume that was the discussion. But according to the Bible, God said he would harden the heart of Pharaoh. So I'm just putting my own salt and pepper that I'm not adding to the scripture. Please don't misquote me. I'm just explaining. God said, I know right now in his heart, it's fearful of your God. But you know what? I, your God, it's not just the matter that they took you for slaves, they abused you, they stole your life, they stole your integrity, they abused your virgin daughters, they abused your women, they abused your men, they used you, they abused you, they misused you, they segregated you, they deny you of every normality. Even animals were treated better than you. You're not going to go through that and just escape through the window and say, oh, at least I escaped in the hands of all this racial wickedness, this demonized racist system. At least I escaped. It's not going to happen like that. Though that's what they think. That's why they steal our properties. That's why they sabotage our work. That's why they deny us our work, because they don't want us to be economically free. They want us to always be dependent on somebody. And when they say that I've always been a target. My finances have been under continuous target by authorities. I have never committed crime in my life. I have my legal status is clean of crime. But they've attempted several times to criminalize me. Not only me, there's so many people. Please. Not only me. The black race is a targeted race. And the more years go by, the more they feel comfortable, and they even feel it's their legal right to abuse you, to misuse you, to mistreat you, to psychologically destroy you, to humiliate you, to damage you physically, emotionally, economically, socially, and anyhow. Unfortunately, you still find your own dead, brain dead melanin, sometimes even helping the enemy attacking a melanin person. It happens to me also. But in this corona justice, God has unleashed a plague just like He did in the days of Pharaoh. When God hardened the heart of Pharaoh, then the Passover night, He put things on the doorpost. I'm going to deal with your enemy. You're not just going to escape from after slavery, after all this abuse, mental, physical, financial, economical, social abuse, all this kind of abuse. You're not just going to escape through the window. You're going to go out with plenty. Wear your sandals, guide your loins, hold your staff, and eat the lamb, the pure lamb of sacrifice. As you paint your doorpost, hit the lamb, burn the remaining. Why you're meant to burn the remaining is that so that the enemy will not come and eat your leftover. Burn the remaining because it's supposed to be a sacrifice to start with. After burning the remaining, what happens? You wait for the angels of death to take control, for the angel of destruction to finish its course. Then the children of light will walk out with chest out, heads up, and crying victory in Christ. Corona justice has turned the hand of the oppressor. The book of Proverbs says, the wise man is filled with hatred. I'm paraphrasing now. The wise man, he goes crazy. Oppression makes the wise man go crazy. You're wise. You're talented. You have the education, you have everything it takes to excel without limitation. But you're continuously sabotaged. Gang stalking program established. A racial system established to stop you on every avenue. Their aim is to destroy you economically, psychologically, socially, and anyhow. Why? Because they want to abuse you. Even, most black goes from the cradle to the grave with oppression. But this generation will see the wonders of God. So what is happening right now? Corona justice. There was once somebody was saying something about, they stole my property. Most of you know that now. I moved to Austria, intended to move away totally from Italy. I moved to Austria. So I sent for my properties, about 80,000 worth of properties. I'm a 48-year-old woman. And when I came back, it was all gone. And they started a campaign of shame against me, harassing me, attacking me, telling lies against me, stigmatizing my reputation. They even threatened me deportation since 2010 or 2000 or whatever. But I went to also 2018. This is 2020. They threatened me. They said all kinds of things against me, to humiliate me publicly, to destroy my reputation, to slander. They did everything humanly possible to render me, man. But in all this, where I could respond, I responded. Sometimes I just let it go. Once I just said it out of anger, where somebody made a comment against me. It was in the train, and this person, it's an albino race, some of them, they know they're just lying against you, but they're so used to attacking a melanin person. They're so used to oppression. Even their child, a 1 day old albino child, is already being trained. Because you see, racism is not just hatred. Like when you hear me now, somebody, why don't say, oh, she's a racist? I'm not racist. This is the result of a racist system. There's nothing good that will come out. You can't say you oppress me, you lie against me, you steal my property, you sabotage my labor, the labor of my hands. You ridicule my integrity, you damage my dignity, and you think I will be friendly with you. I have to pray to God every day for forgiveness, bitterness. I mean, to be able to forgive, to be able to remove bitterness, anger, and all those things. This is the result of, that's why you see most black, they explode. Someone like me, I can still go to court, I can still do everything, because I don't resolve anything with physical challenge, because I believe physical challenge is just, physical confrontation is just with people that you cannot control, what you say or whatever, or you don't know, how to respond. So you physically deal with situation. Anyway, this corona injustice is such that I laugh as things begin to unfold. Black doctors coming from Cuba. We're all Israelites. And when we were scattered from Cuba, when we were scattered by the old Roman armies that came to Israel with sword to kill, and Jesus said we should all depart. Some ran to Africa, Cuba, Brazil, and so many other places, the islands, Caribbean islands. That's how the black scattered all over the world. Now, the same oppressed blacks comes in form of a doctor at the airport of Malpensa and Milano to cure the albinoid, the oppressors, the ones that created a racist system against us. Now, those of us that have been able to struggle all our life to become something, at least the ones that were not able to be sabotaged, they're not coming back now. You see a Malpensa where the albinoid gave a standing ovation that the savior has come in form of a black skin to help the aggression of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, they're on their knees, hoping that we can save them. An Italian man went to Nigeria and took the disease. I'm very sure he knows he's sick. He will probably say, let me go and give it to those monkeys in Africa. That they will not even detect me. I will give half of their nation before they even detect me. Well, I'm just assuming, because I live here, I know their mentality and how they treat us. I know, some Nigerians, they have AIDS and everything. But basically, they volunteer themselves or into this thing out of oppression. Maybe they don't have money. And one sick idiot, he has AIDS. And instead of him to back off, he will not go to his own women. It is just, that racist system is a psychological thing. It will not go and afflict his own women, the white women. It will go for a person under oppression. Even in my tears, in my pain, in my oppression, I don't risk my life. What I think immediately when something happens, what they want to achieve by that attack. That's all I think. Anytime they attack me, I always think, what is their plan in this attack? They want to make me vulnerable for what? They want to do that is how I think, because that's how they move, that's how they operate. Now, Cuban doctors came to an albinoid continent to help them eradicate disease. The Italian man in Nigeria is now, cured, basically. It's under observation, and I believe, he's almost free to go, or he has been released already. And the situation lies in the fact that he doesn't even want to come back to his own country, because he saw the way he has been treated in Africa. Coming back to his own country, he's going to expose himself to contaminating the virus again. But you know what actually marvels me? The whites actually know they've done wrong. You say years of oppression, white supremacy, and white supremacy is not just they want to feel superior. They have created systems, laws, legislators, rules, regulate everything you can think of to make sure the melanin race don't get to the position to rule over them. That's why our men are thrown into prison, So they will never be qualified to be in a position to be elected as an head of state or a governor or whatever, because you are an ex-convict. They stigmatize the women. So you will never find yourself in a position of authority. And even if you do, they want to stigmatize as if you don't even qualify to have such a thing. I know that. I studied here. I studied in Nigeria. I did some studying in Switzerland. And I studied here in Italy also. But I'm stigmatized like every other person. It doesn't... The color is all the sea. Even if you have something in your head and they know you have it. In fact, the more you have in your head, the more they are angry with you. Because the more wiser you are, the more power of education you have, the more you are a threat. So they need to get rid of you first before they actually face the ignorant ones. And this has gone for years, for decades. It has gone for centuries. Just like the Israelites, God finally came to their defense. Corona justice. That's what I call it. This coronavirus, it should not kill, because virus cannot be cured, but they can be stopped. Which means when you go to the hospital and you have any form of viral infection, what happens is that the doctors cure the symptoms, which can be fever, high fever, headaches, vomiting, cold, high temperature, malaria. All the signs, all the symptoms are cured. But the virus now diminish, it comes, it lessens a little bit. As it diminishes slowly in your body, you can now take control of your body back. HIV virus is a more tougher virus because it's a virus that attacks the immune system. And the immune system is the defense of the body. So when the immune system is under attack, you are really in a serious trouble. But AIDS can still be controlled for years. Why is coronavirus killing? That is a question. Is it actually killing, or they're allowing it to kill? We have people that have been interested in harvesting organs. People that have been interested in so many things with the human system. Corona justice. Well, I just want to close with this from this church. In the States, a friend of mine from America sent it to me. Not my family member, but a friend of mine. He sent me this video from a church. They've realized the corona justice.
Please forgive us. As I speak, I'm going to ask the white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African Americans, from the beginning of our nation's history, in honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart. I apologize. Please forgive us. With this prayer, I acknowledge the depth of the evils that have been perpetrated against Black people in America. From slavery to lynchings to white supremacist laws, to the denial of voting rights, to all the ways, both large and small, all of them evil, all of them wrong, for all the oppression and all of the injustices. I apologize. Please forgive us for the denial of any civil rights, for inequalities in criminal justice, to any instances of police brutality, to the denial of opportunity, for economic injustice, for any ways that a racial element has played into the perpetration of injustice. I apologize. Please forgive us. Emancipation Proclamation, the 13th Amendment, which abolishes slavery. A presidential pen could end, and a constitutional amendment could end the evil institution. But racism didn't end. No presidential pen or constitutional amendment could eradicate racism. It could eradicate the institution, which was a manifestation of that. There are certain things the government's not going to do, so where does it begin? It begins with us, and that begins with atonement.
And I believe the wise albinoid people are begging God for forgiveness. And I hope it's not just to beg God for forgiveness. It's not just to ask for apology, but changing their ways and changing laws, changing, constitution, and destroying the racist system. It's a system that backs up a sick mentality towards the melanin. I've never seen an albinoid educated and everything, and we blacks, we attack and we start saying, okay, oh, you're this, you're that, whatever. But they do just that, because the more you are educated, the more you have to offer, the more you are a problem, the more you are an issue. We go through so much oppression. Some has even taken oppression as when their society, even in your society, it's not a matter of where you are. Even in Africa, they come to Africa to still oppress us. Look at South Africa. It's the whites that actually is the best of the land. It's the white that controls them there. Go to Gabon. It's the French that controls Gabon. The blacks are just moving after them. If they want to do well in life, they have to be sleeping with one, French man, or get married to one French man. Go to Gabon. Even in Nigeria. That's why we should not have figureheads like presidents. That's why. God is fighting for us, but also we have to organize our own. When there's an election, choose somebody that can represent us. Is educated, is fluent, it can internationally manage his international counterparts. He has good command of English. He can stand well. He can defend himself. He wouldn't go in front of another president and say, oh, this president called the president in Africa that you are all bunch of craps. That's not what he said, but I'm just saying that. You're just all bunch of craps, and whatever. Oh, you know what? I wasn't there, when he said that, and maybe his words are true or not, I don't know, so it's better I keep quiet. Can you imagine a president saying that? And this is somebody ruling a nation filled with PhD holders, master's degree holders, a nation that is filled with talents. People that are endowed with talents. Then we have a dummy. I didn't call any nation. I didn't call any name. Please, don't quote me. We have a dummy representing us. He cannot even pronounce coronavirus. He cannot. When every president is speaking to defend, okay, we have this COVID-19. So he cannot. He's calling COVID-19 COVID 19. Oh Lord Jesus, have mercy. Have mercy, man. Well, I just want to have fun today, really. And God actually is in control. This is Corona Justice. Just continue to watch as things unfold. And since I am quarantined in this residence, I'm saying, let's see as things begin to unfold, and I begin to bring more fun to you. But meanwhile, due to popular request, I've actually opened the videos of the Ewuro. So, you guys that wanted it, okay, fine. I opened it. You can watch it now. I'm still on the third video. It's a 10 video series, but I'm still on the third video now on Lady Abimbola Online. You can check it out. My channel, Lady Abimbola Online. Check it out and subscribe and like. Also on Melanin and Halberd Live. Check it out and, like my videos and subscribe, okay? And I'll see you in my next video. Remember, as I always say, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So face your fears, elevate your mind, and resist every temptation to panic. Till my next video, it is me, Lady Abimbola. Take care of yourself and stay cool. Corona Justice.